Hey everybody, we're back. We're going to do part two of our paper water lily sculpture. So if you don't have something that looks like this, then you missed part number one, so you need to find the other video and get caught up with us. So let's get started. So last time we made all these petals for our water lily and we glued them together. So now they should be dry and ready to go. And what we're going to do is just use our pencil to roll these petals up and make them a little more three-dimensional. So you can just roll them and curl them. So just start by getting the point under the pencil and roll it up. Okay, so get that point hooked up under there, roll the pencil to the middle, and it'll start to curve up and be a little bit more three-dimensional. Okay, so you're going to do that for all of those petals around the middle first, and you're going to do the same thing for the ones on the outside so that they all kind of curl up together and make the lily look 3D. Okay, so let me finish that up. I think you've got the idea, and then I'll show you what we're going to do for the next part of this. Okay, we're back. So I got all of those petals curled up and they're ready to go, looking pretty three-dimensional. And so we want to put a detail into the middle so that we have the center of the flower that has a different color, a contrasting color. So some water lilies are white with yellow in the middle, so we'll go ahead and do that. I've got a piece of paper that's about 4 inches by 4 inches, and I'm going to draw a circle in the middle. It doesn't matter exactly what size it is. A little bit bigger than a quarter is probably good. And then to help show you the cuts to make, I'm going to draw on it. You might not want to, because you may not want to have these lines showing in your final design. But what we're going to do is just cut in that north, south, east, and west direction, and then the diagonals, but we're going to make it kind of a fringe. So we're just going to snip around. And if you draw the lines, it helps you to kind of pay attention to not just cutting straight all the way across, but angling the paper. So if you do the north, south, east, and west first, and then you do the diagonals, it actually works out better. Then it's a little bit easier for you to think about keeping those snips going out from the center so that they're radiating out from the center instead of just all being vertical or parallel to each other. Alright, so when I get that fringe all cut into the paper, then I want to fold it up a little bit. So since I'm going to try to keep that from showing up too much in the final one, I'll fold it into the middle. So I'm just going to take it, I'm just going to kind of fold it up and mash that part together, because I want it to kind of be smashed together and stand up. Okay, so I'm going to fold it and kind of squish it down so it's flat on the bottom, okay, but then standing up and kind of three-dimensional that way. And then I'll take my glue and we'll glue that into the middle of the water lily. And then we can kind of adjust the petals and the middle of the flower a little bit, okay, and get it looking like we want. Okay, cool. Alright, so far we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to go ahead and glue that onto our lily pad too. So take a little bit of glue and glue it onto the lily pad. Alright, here's where things get kind of fun again. So we'll set that aside and let that dry, and I thought it would be cool if we made some water for our water lily to be floating on. So we're going to make it three-dimensional instead of just sticking it on this flat piece of paper. Okay, so find some blue or turquoise paper or something like that. And then this is 6 inches by 9 inches, but this whole idea will work with any size of paper. So I'm going to fold it in half one time, and then I'm going to fold it in half again twice, and then I'm going to fold it in half one more time. And when I open that back up, then I will have divided it up into 8 equal sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it kind of looks like a wave now, but if you want it to be a little bit more geometric, you can flip it over and do a fan fold. So fold it once, and then flip it and fold it backwards, and then flip it and fold it the other way, and then flip it and fold it, and flip it and fold it, and flip it and fold it, and flip it and fold it. Okay? And that's like a fan fold, so it fans out like that. But that also makes a nice little stand, so that it looks kind of like waves, right? And that'll make a nice little stand. So before you get ready to glue everything together, you may want to sign your name to your paper water lily sculpture. So we'll put Mr. Moose on there. And then this makes a nice little stand. So we'll get that standing up. And then here's where you have to have some patience. I guess if you had a hot glue gun, this would work. You wouldn't have to wait so long. But if you're going to use regular glue, what you want to do is get a little dot and try to get them to stick right on top of the edges of those triangle shapes without falling too far down there. And if you get all of those on there, then you can take your water lily and you can set it onto the wave. You just move it around a little, press it, and then just leave it alone for 20 or 30 minutes so that glue has a chance to dry all the way, and then you won't have any trouble with your water lily coming off. So there you go, paper water lily. Alright, well, I hope that worked out for you. Hope you guys had fun with it. Check back later, we'll do something else. Alright, bye-bye.